Alrighty, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. I want to welcome you all back. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our bias chart here, and let's get started. And so the euro, let's start with the euro. So I got long euro yesterday at 70. I basically own it at 71, so like right where it's at. Hasn't done anything. I mean, we've just been bouncing around. But check this out. Okay, so we've been monitoring this hourly. This is good because probably we're going to get a breakout here today. We could get a breakdown too. I mean, breakdown doesn't. Obviously, I feel like I'm a little ahead of the game at the moment, but I might be just wrong, or not. Instead of early to the game, I might be like late or I might be at the wrong party, is what it might end up being. Anyway, you can see the 618 retracement. The whole reason why I was buying it there. Paulie made a great call yesterday. He's like, yeah, we can dip down to the 38%, which is the 111.42. We dipped as low as 111.48. I mean, that's pretty damn good. So you can see there's a 38. Here, let me get rid of that. There's a 38% retracement that comes in here. That's from the post ECB, post FOMC moves, right? Okay. It all takes us down to the same spot. Okay, basically the same spot, so or close to. So we have the 618 that we're fluttering around, and then we have that 38% retracement just below. Now, what can happen today? I mean, obviously we can break out, which is the good news is we know exactly where the breakout point is. I mean, I can tell you right where it is. See all these hourly highs? That's it, and it's not too far away. That's great news, right? So above 111 and 85, 87, I'll just hit 111.90. It's a breakout. Hey, hey, check it out. Let's think this through. All right. So if we break 111.90 today, I'm going to ask you this quick question. Where do you guys think we're going? Break 111.90. Where do you think we're going? At minimum. If we break 111.90, where are we going? At minimum. Drinking my coffee while you guys are contemplating pushing the button on your keyboard. Michael said 111.91. Damn it, you got it. I would say if we break 111.90, we're going to 111.91, no doubt. No, just kidding. If we break 111.90, we're probably going to take stops above 112, right? At least, minimum. So, you're talking maybe 112.15, maybe a little bit higher than that. I mean, at minimum, we could get a lot higher than that too. Depends on how bad the numbers are or how good the numbers are. I mean, if it's durable goods numbers come in like just atrocious, I mean, you can have the euro spiking up to 112.50. But if we get above 111.91, it's going to squeeze a little bit. And even on, I know it's the Thursday before Easter weekend and Good Friday, but still we can get a little squeeze here. So if you guys are, trading it, and you go, well, I'm just going to try to buy. I don't buy breakouts typically, but breakouts like this you can buy because we have such a tight range. Such a tight range. If it breaks above these highs, you're at least going to get a 20-30 pip squeezed, at least, I would think. You got to be quick, getting in and out, but, if you're looking for something to do on a, Thursday before Good Friday, I mean, that's, not a bad idea. Anyway, 111.90, it should at least take us a little higher. Now, flip side is we can dip here, and we will have support down here at 111.40. That is, Paul brought that up yesterday. We came really close yesterday. I mean, kudos to Paul Franco for that too. 786 comes in at 111.20, which could be ultimately where we go, especially if this channel's playing still. That's the 786, right? So I'm going to write down 111.20. So if we get a strong durable goods order, which U.S. data has not been bad, and it's not like it's been extremely disappointing. Probably take a bounce off of that, right? Okay, so I'm gonna write down 111.20. Okay, that's it. Tight. Not a lot to do at the moment. I'm literally down 5, 6 pips right now. 6 pips. I'm just sitting in it. Okay. Cable. So here's the pound. Strong retail sales number. Got a little bit of a lift. Where are we going? Probably not too far. All right. We're probably not going to go too far here, in my opinion. All right. If you have the pound and you look at like where near term resistance is, it's right there. All right. We got we held support, which is really, it's obviously this is key. Any which way you slice it, anybody who's like short the cable right now is going, oh crap, is that a double bottom? Hopefully that they don't really shove this one too far up my rear end. This is like, if you're short, you're going, God dang it, that held. But 140.50 is key. I mean, that's it. So we know that now. 140.50, critical support. Period. End of story. We break through 140.50. We're probably going a lot lower. I have my stops below 140 personally, but now if they're still there. I'm not going to remove them. But if we get below 140.50, I'll probably pull the plug on being long the cable. Just so you know. Okay. Now, if we continue to squeeze, 38% retracement comes in at 142.36. There's obvious resistance here at 142.20. I mean 142.25 is just going to be obvious resistance from here. 142.25. So if we squeeze, that's probably where we're gonna go to today. For those of you that are looking to take profits, if you got long yesterday, okay, we're in a range 2 here in the cable. I know, you probably like, wow, it's so bearish, but it's really not. I mean, if you look at the pound, I mean, we were in a bearish trend, but now we're channeling a lot, okay? And like I said, I'm looking for more of a longer term inverted head and shoulder pattern, hopefully. I don't know if we're going to get it, but that's what I'm hoping for, And it's okay to hope for that right now because I'm profitable. It's not like I'm sitting in a 300 pip loser going, oh man, I hope it turns around. That's not why I'm hoping. I'm hoping it turns around here because I've got a small profit, but if it really develops into something better, then I can hope for that. Okay, hoping is okay when you're hoping a trade is going to develop, or if you're in a profitable trade and you hope that trade's going to work out in your favor. Hoping is not a good trading strategy when you're down 100, 200 pips, or you're in any type of negative position. Hoping is not a strategy. You have to know where your risk is at all times. Okay. Swissy. So here's the Swissy. Same, I mean, it's inverse of the euro dollar, obviously. The 38% retracement. The 38% retracement has been holding, 50% retracement. It's the exact opposite of the euro dollar. Key resistance is going to be right there at 98 cents. For those of you that are looking to short some Swissy, you guys know that that's not what I'm looking to do. I'm actually looking to buy the Swissy. I'm just looking to buy it down at 95 cents, not anywhere near where it's at right now. But we're just excuse me. I'm so excited to go in the woods, and it's going to be really chilly. Like when I say really chilly, it's going to be like 40s at night. During the day, it's like 70 degrees. Maybe, actually where we're at, because it's further in the woods, it's like 65. I actually have to wear socks. I'm so excited because when it's chilly like that, I can actually sleep really well. So anyway, so excited, so excited. As I yawn on you guys, okay. But anyway, so lot of support down here. So that support is going to be pretty easy. Right there, 97.25. Okay, that's where support is right now. I'm very uninterested in the Swissy right now. Just so you all know, I mean, there's not a whole lot to do. So here's the yen. If you missed my story about the yen, so so upset about this. Just so irritating. I was my son has this project where he has to do it's like his for Latin, okay? Um, and he has to do this thing where he pops out of this door, right? It's this project, like class project. So I bought him a big U-Haul garment box. So if you know, this is what it looks like. U-Haul garment. Okay. So it looks like this, right? It's wardrobe. It's the wardrobe box, right? Looks like this. So I bought him one of these really tall boxes, and it stands straight up like I didn't close it up, and I cut a door out so he can open it like a door, walk in and walk out, and then he does his little play or whatever. So I went and I literally was short. You know, I'm still short the dollar yen. I've been short the dollar yen for so many weeks, just kind of working a core position. So here we are trading down at like 1238, 1235. You know, I get in my truck. I I start to drive. I turn on my quotes as I'm driving, and to watch my yen and all my trades, and this happens. As I'm driving, and I'm like, my God, it literally happened like 3 minutes after I went. BOJ came out with some comments about inflation, about they are not probably going to be able to make their 1% target. And there's like their summary of opinions came out, and I'm just like, man. But anyway, dollar yen ripped back up, and here we are, you know, today, you know, just, you know, 113. I think if you remember correctly, 113.10 was resistance from yesterday, right? 113.06 was the 618. 113.14 was 786. I think we were at 113.10. We went to 113 even. So we can still go there. It's not doable. Okay. That is going to be key resistance. If we tag new highs today, I would just get on the other side of that. Just like it happened here. Like if we rally to 113 because the market bounces back, you probably want to sell into that strength. Realistically. Holy crap, are you watching this peso? Dude, and the euro, holy crap. Euro's coming under pressure too. The euro's at lows. New lows in the, wow, look at the euro coming unglued here. I'm thinking about doing is buying some more cable right now. Like just a fifth size position and bring it all the way up to a half size because it was near half size. I just did it. My cost average is 141.03 now. Excuse me 1 second. I gotta blow my nose. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. The dollar is very, very strong at the moment. I mean, look at it just rip everywhere. Here's the dollar Canadian. I mean, flying. Peso, flying. Swedish krona is coming up to resistance. Watch that. 832. I don't want to add to that one. The euro dollar just tagged that 38%, you know, 1143. Hold on. I have to tweet Polly. That was awesome. Good call for Paul Franco. Um, Okay. Great job. Okay. Great job, Paul Franco. Anyway, so the euro just came, it basically just tagged that. Let's go over to the euro dollar. You guys give Paulie a good kudos because he made a great call. Look at that. This is just a stop run. That's all that was. hmm Just a stop run. Just a stop run. Okay. So anyway, boom, boom. Um, okay. We're going to go back to analysis. So we were on the dollar yen. I wouldn't worry too much about the euro. The euro's probably going to pop right back up again. That was just a stop run. Okay, so here's the dollar yen. Dollar yen's spiked up. Now, where is support here? Is this TV really loud this morning? It is very loud. Too loud. Okay. Um, well, it's right here. Right there. 112.50. If 112.50 breaks, then some downside pressure is going to pick up in the yen. Okay. It's still in a. Yeah, I know. I should probably. I should probably put this in a range. It's actually. We've had bearish trend for so long, but it's just been sitting. It's been sitting here in this range for like weeks now. Um, bouncing around. I'm going to put it back in a range, but just remember we're still in a very bearish, like head and shoulder pattern. But while we're above 111 and below 115, we're just in this current range. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm taking it off range. Of course, I'm going to do that today, and hopefully that'll be the catalyst that breaks it lower. Wouldn't that be funny? Okay. Let's see. The dollar Canadian. Speak of the devil. All right, let's go with the dollar Canadian. So the question is, how many of you guys are long the dollar Canadian right now? Anybody long the dollar Canadian? Benedict, Amanda, Joe, Yizzy, Elena, Pramlatha, Jeff W, Scott, Scott P, Nicholas P, James, Greg. Hey, what's up, Grego? Neil is. Derek says I'm out, but looking to get back in. Okay, but before you do that, Kevin says I just closed my dollar Canadian longs. Okay, good. All right, there's a few of you, not as many as I thought. I know a lot of you guys don't even answer me, but that's okay. So here we are challenging the underside of this trend line. You see that? This worries me a little bit, especially if you think crude's going to bounce here. It's like I look at the dollar Canadian, I'm up 200 pips right now. Actually, 201 pips right now. I'm long at 130.70. And the question is, do I pull profits right now? And that's, pulling profits is a tough situation. Managing a winning trade is, just as difficult as managing a losing trade, if not harder. Okay. Because I've already taken some profits. You know what I mean? I already took profits. But the flip side to this is if you take this down trend line, this is from not the all-time high, the multi-year highs. See how we're above? So I guess while we're above 132, I'm going to hold on to it. If we get below 132, that's probably what I'm going to have to do is just move my stops. Let me double check that. I'm probably just gonna, say, well, we're above 132. It's fine. This is the time you need to start tightening stops, because what's happening is you're coming right up to the underside of this trend line. You know what I mean? Now, personally, I think the dollar Canadian is going to like 135 to 138. Okay, somewhere up here. I think crude's going to get demolished, but you know, just because I think it's going there doesn't mean it's going there. 786 retracement comes in at 133, so I'm gonna mark that up as resistance today, and I'm gonna put down support as 132. So we're still in a range, 132, and I'm gonna adjust my stops right now. Just give me a second. So 31. Hate to give away that much profit, but you know what? I am expecting higher, so I've got my limits at 135 right now. And I'll adjust the limit higher if I need to, but I put my stops below 132. It's actually below 131.80, just so you all know. But I'm long from 130.70, so I can afford to give those types of stops. I'm more worried right now about the underside of this trend line, this one right here. I'm worried that that's going to cap us. Crude oil has been beat up pretty good. We had a really, obviously great call in crude. Unfortunately, I'm not trading crude, but the rejection right here has really played out well. And if you look at crude, what crude can do, I mean, we can get down to 37.50 without much of an issue. So, and like I said yesterday, if we get down to 37.50, that probably puts the US dollar Canadian closer to 134, 135. That's what I said yesterday. So we're at 132.60, 132.70 right now. If we drop another dollar and crude, being at 134 is not out of the question. Okay? All right. So there's your Canadian. Now, when I come back, we're going to do the Kiwi, the Aussie, dollar index, peso. We're going to do the chicken dance. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Thanks. All right, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. I want to welcome you all back. Let's continue on. Take a quick look around. Dow futures down 79 points. Gold's still down $5. It's been down $5 all day. Silver's outperforming. It's positive on the day. Doesn't surprise me. Copper's weakened a little bit. Crude is trying to stabilize down here, but I don't know about that. Euro's still trading really heavy. The cable's got a little giddy up in it, which I like. Happy about that. I'd be more upset if the Euro pound ends up rolling over from here. I'm going to be a little pissed off about that one. Dollar Canadian's moderating. Dollar yen's just sitting there like a bump on a log. Or is it a bug on a log? Maybe it's a turd on a log. Maybe. I don't know. All right, let's take a look at the Kiwi. Here's the Kiwi. All right, so the Kiwi dollar is, I'm surprised how well the Kiwi is being supported right now. It hit the 618 here. Yesterday held really well, right? So we bounced off of it. There's a 4-hour chart, but yesterday we held the support. Okay, from 24 hours ago we were about here. We held the 618, bounced. Now, and it's just kind of sloppily. Is that a word? I'm gonna make. If it's not, I'm gonna use it. I've coined it. It's a sloppily moving around. Yeah, I can't speak either. So no one ever said that I was good at English. Mia no speak no English. Anyway, here we are at the 618. Thereabouts. Matter of fact, if you take from the trend low, which would be right here, that actually tags the 618 perfectly. So maybe I was just did not draw my fib the way I should have, which maybe 66.70 is really the, maybe that's where it all happens right here. Okay. So 66.70, that's support. I may have just drawn it incorrectly. Okay. Now, does that mean you want to get long? I don't know about that, but I think that's going to hold us for now. And, if you take a look at resistance, resistance is right here. I can't see us going too far today in either direction. So 67.20 is going to be resistance. Look at that. It's a tight range, right? Check something else really fast. Yeah, that'll probably cap us realistically. Yeah, I mean, 67.20. Yeah, I just we're boxed in here. I don't think there's a lot to do with the Kiwi, frankly. Ooh, I love it when we put range on everything. Boy, doesn't that excite you? Yeah, I'd rather stick my head in a vice grip, head in a vice grip, not hand, head in a vice grip, than see range all over the place. Let's take the Aussie. Now the Aussie dollar, I mean, it's bullish, but the problem is that we had a really big rejection here. Okay, so if you guys don't look at longer term, okay, so here it's a little messy, but you know what? Here, let's do this. Okay, so if you don't know already, I I am going to be so happy the day that I get to short the Aussie at 80 cents. If I get that chance, like 80 cents or above, I'm with two fists. I'm going to short the Aussie dollar. Two, not just one, with two. Question is, do we get up there? All right. So right now, this reminds me. Here, I'll just show you really quick. Okay, so we're at the 618. Big rejection at the 618, right? Big rejection there. This reminds me a lot of this move. Just a little bit bigger. But you see where I'm going here? It's like, oh, everybody's like, oh, it's bottomed out. The Aussie's going to start screaming from here. We're getting super bullish. And then, this may be the same type of situation. Like I said, I'm hoping what's going to happen is we're going to get to 80 cents and then roll over. That's what I'm really, really hoping for. Okay. I have no exposure in the Aussie right now. But that was a big rejection here at the 618. Now the question is, how far is this pullback going to last? Because we are still creating, um, higher higher lows. Speak, Blake, speak. This might be a Garley. Gotta check something. Oops, let's go to hourly. Okay. No, what's that? What is that over there? I don't want that. That. Damn it. %50 retrace. Damn. Okay. Let's see. So you got your 50% retracement, which qualifies as a Garley. Almost a 786 retracement. If this is 161% extension, pretty damn close, right? I mean, in my opinion, this is a Garley. Probably would have been a little nicer if we would have done that, a little further, but it's pretty damn close, right? If the euro is going to bounce and the cable's going to bounce, maybe the Aussie does bounce from here. I'm going to 74.70 is support. If that holds, this is a Garley. 74.70, right? Okay, if that can hold, that's a Garley pattern. Resistance is going to be back up here. Resistance is going to be right back here. It's 75, 70, 60, whatever. 75, 65. 75, 65. Yeah, 75, 65. That's going to be. And I will put it that it is still bullish. It is. I mean, yeah, we've come off. Oops, we've come off from the 618 retracement. We made a lower high. I told you yesterday that that was going to be a really good. And gosh, I wish I shorted it on Tuesday because remember on Monday I even drew it out for you guys perfectly. We were here and I said if it goes up here, it's going to be a good short, and I didn't short it yesterday, which is obviously, in retrospect, I wish I did, and it was a great call, but I just didn't capitalize on it. Which I can't capture every trade, nor can you, and nor can anybody. But now that we've come under pressure a lot, this might, be it. It might be that might be it for the Aussie. If you want to buy the Aussie here and put your stops below 74.70, you can do it. I'm not going to do it, but I'm just saying that that's probably not a bad trade. Just food for thought, okay? And you try to ride it back up to previous support here. It's a decent risk reward now. It's not going to be a decent risk reward if it rallies another 20 pips, because right now you're risking maybe 45, 50 pips to make 60. That's not even a great risk reward, but still, I mean, if you're looking for something to do, but just keep in mind data is coming out too. Canadian slipping. Okay, let's go over to the dollar index. This relentless grind higher in the dollar, right? $786 comes in at 96.55. Support comes in at 96. Right there. Right there. Okay. Okay. Let's go over to the peso. You have to imagine if you're on the short side of the peso right now, you are hurting. Okay. Dips to 70, 60 are going to be very well supported. For those of you that are looking for longs, it's probably a great place to be on the long side. I can get rid of that now, right? I might even add back if we dip to 70, 60 now. Add back what I sold yesterday, because I sold a third of my dollar Mexican peso yesterday at 17.59 yesterday. When we were here yesterday afternoon, I sold a third of mine here, and if we get back to 1760, I'm probably going to add it back, just so you know. Resistance. Boy, that was to the pip. 1770 is resistance right now, because if we can clear that, that means more risk aversion is coming on this day before day before 3-day weekend. Okay, so watch that. Look at the euro. Freaking what a that's so funny. Ziggy tweets the funniest crap. I love it. That's so funny. He tweeted if you guys haven't seen this is fun. Look at Ziggy. This is what Ziggy tweets. I'd rather put my head in a vice grip. Oh, you're funny, Ziggy. I love you, man. All right. Anyway, some great stuff. Okay. Where am I at? Okay, so there's the peso. Let's take a look at the Norwegian krona. And by the way, you guys should be looking at shorting the U.S. dollar Swedish krona. I'm just saying. U.S. dollar Norwegian krona is coming up to some resistance here, too. If you guys think that crude oil is going to bounce, you might want to, look at taking a short here in the U.S. dollar Norwegian krona. I think we're in really choppy waters, but the U.S. dollar Swedish krona, look at that, 832. I'm still short. I haven't touched it. I'm sitting in it. So, all right. So resistance at 8.32. My stops are like above 834, just so you all know. You could get run over, but 38% retracement is right there. I think we knew that from yesterday. Oops. There. 38% retracements right there. So yeah, okay. Short it here, put stops above here, right? That's your risk. Reward is down here. Maybe even if it goes a continuation pattern, it's much lower. So 812 is support. So it's just simple risk reward, guys. Especially if you think the euro is going to bottom here. Okay. All right. There it is. Your bias chart is finito. Let me read a few things from you guys. Daryl writes in, he goes, Tom Lee was on 3 days ago on CNBC talking about his book. Sure sign the market is going down.